Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Preach again. Today's passage is Genesis 3. And it's just about how sin entered the world and like why exactly there are evil people and there are good people. Anyway, the serpent was the shrewdest of all wild animals the Lord God had made. One day he asked the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat the fruit from any of these trees in the garden?" "Of course we may eat the fruit of the trees in the garden," the woman replied. "It's only the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden we are not allowed to eat. God said, you must not eat it or even touch it. If you do, you will die." "You won't die," the serpent replied to the woman. He's still in there, darn it. "God knows that your eyes will be opened. As soon as you eat it, and you will be like God, knowing both good and evil." The woman was convinced. Well, it didn't take her long. I'm going to add a lot of sarcastic comments on this just because it amuses me. She saw that the tree was beautiful and its fruit looked delicious. She wanted the wisdom it would give her. I'm sorry, I have to try and swim into this door. Ah! I missed again. There's an eel. Okay, so what happened here in this passage while I'm doing this I can swim. So what happened was, the serpent was... I'm not entirely sure why the serpent did that. I think that it says in a different version that he was convinced by the devil. Or by or no, it says it later, that's right. I just spoiled something, oh my gosh. Oh crap. No! No! Shoot. Now I gotta climb this whole thing. Stop! Come on! That's lame. I can't get back on a single platform that's not at the bottom. No! Come on. Normally I swim up here, but I missed the platform. Okay, she wanted the wisdom that it would give her, so she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to her husband, who was with her. Now, I want to stop for a second. That right there says that the serpent was talking to Eve, and Eve was just, or Adam was just kind of chilling. He's just like, yeah, I guess that's fine. So it wasn't just that she was convinced, it was that he was also convinced. Because he made no protest to stop her. Anyway. Where am I? There, and he ate it too. At that moment their eyes were opened, and they suddenly felt shame in their nakedness. So they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. So, I mean, that right there is stating that there was figs. Just kind of a little tidbit. When the cool evening breezes were blowing, there we go. The man and his wife heard the Lord God walking around. I'm gonna die. heard the Lord God walking around in the garden. The Lord called the man, or so they hid from the Lord among the trees. I mean, that's like playing hide and it's like playing hide and seek with a big kid when you're little. You could do it. It's not going to do you any good, though. God called to the man. The Lord God called to the man. I am upside down. I keep grabbing my mouse to try and scroll down. He replied, I heard you walking in the garden, so I hid. I was afraid because I was naked. Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree whose fruit I commanded you not to eat? I don't want to do more levels. The man replied, it was the woman you gave me who gave me the fruit and ate it. So, within this first little time frame, what had happened was both Eve disobeyed God, Adam was ignorant about it, and then he lied to God about it. I love this next line. Then the Lord God asked the woman, what have you done? I want to go off on a tangent for a second here. I personally believe that God has one heck of a sense of humor. Because, I remember on April Fool's one year, this was a couple years ago, I asked my mom, this was several years ago actually, I should not have fallen down there. I asked my mom, does God have a sense of humor? And she says, probably. And then, the next night, which was April Fool's, by the way, my fire alarm went off at 2 in the morning. There was no fire, no smoke. You know what's funny? Normally this level's not spooky, but I guess because it's 11:10 now. Yes, these, like, 5 episodes have taken me literally an hour and 10 minutes to record. But I really think that God has a sense of humor. Anyway, what have you done? The serpent deceived me, which is a factual statement, technically. The serpent did deceive her, kind of. Although, technically, no, actually. The serpent literally said, what will happen? The serpent didn't deceive you. You listened to the serpent. The serpent told you nothing would go wrong, which isn't necessarily deceiving, because he didn't tell you nothing could go wrong. It's difficult for me to think about these. These concepts are too strong, too powerful for my feeble human mind to grasp. The serpent deceived me. That's why I ate it. Then the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed. More than all animals, domestic and wild. You will crawl on your belly, groveling in the dust as long as you live. This is actually a really fascinating topic here. Did I miss a red coin? Like 6 red coins? Oh, I'm not collecting red coins. This is a fascinating concept because scientists recently discovered that there is, snakes used to have legs. And they're like, did you know snakes used to have legs? And I'm like, thank you for that information. I already knew that. We knew that, like, several thousand years ago. Yeah, there is a second one. Also, I'm curious what exactly serpents looked like when they had legs. Because it was probably pretty preposterous. I will cause hostility between you and the woman, and between you and her, your offspring and her offspring. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel. Then he said to the woman, that's probably why, snakes are so aggressive, is just because of that. Then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of pregnancy, and and in pain you will give birth, and you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. Whoa! I don't remember that, but that's actually a really cool statement. I gotta stop for a second, because my mind just got blown. So what that's saying is, even though women have equal rights, but the man is superior. And I'm not saying, like, men are better because they're men. I'm saying men are superior because they were built to be superior. And not like, that's another thing. Men and women are built to be better at different things. Women are more flexible and have a higher pain tolerance. Men are have a higher muscular build, which makes sense. Okay. Now back. Another thing. It's literally just a square in there. There's no mansion. It's just a little box. A little test box. And then to the man he said, "Since you listened to your wife and ate from the tree, whose fruit I commanded you not to eat, the ground is cursed because of you. All your life you will struggle to scratch a living from it. It will grow thorns and thistles for you, though you will eat its grains. By the sweat of your brow you will have food to eat until you return to the ground from which you were made. For you were made from dust, and dust you will return." Now, they kind of made God mad a little bit. Ow. I forget which it is. I think it's... Nope. Okay, so it's... honestly, I'd be kind of mad too. It's like... it's almost... It doesn't ever say that God ate from the fruit. Or ate from the tree. So it's like it's a tough concept, I guess. I suppose he could have eaten from the tree, but there wasn't really a reason to. Also, one thing I'm curious about is if Adam and Eve were adults or if they were little kids. Because I know that kids are generally rebellious. And I myself more than ever. I am very rebellious, and that's not even like a good thing. Most of the time it's bad. Well, it's not, because the rebellious nature gives me a full view, like a full broad spectrum to look at before deciding a judgment. Why am I up there now? Whoa! He doesn't move as fast as the merry-go-round. But this passage here is the reason for death. It's not the reason for sin. Sin came before that because of the serpent. Now, I wonder if all animals had the capability of talking. And they all had free will. But since the serpent deceived Eve, everyone, all the animals lost their ability to speak. Maybe not. I don't really know. That's kind of an odd thought. Seek the 8 red coins. No thanks. I'm gonna go fight the other big boo. I should probably go fight Bowser. Yeah, pretty much, the serpent is the cause for bad people. Which I wanted to talk about a little bit, but I forgot to. But pretty much what I mean by that is, people... Oh, crap. No! People who, are evil for no reason is because of the serpent. Now I wonder, does it say... I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because pretty much all that this says is, it literally just says, it's, saying that he made leaves, or made, clothes for the peeps out of leaves. But anyway, now in... no! I did not just do that! I wasn't paying attention, I was looking away. Okay. This is 22 now. Then the Lord... Gord. The Lord God said, Look, the human beings have become like us, knowing both the ways of good and evil. What if they reach out and take fruit from the tree of life and eat it? They will live forever. So the Lord God banished them from the Garden of Eden and sent Adam out to cultivate the ground from which he had been made, which, in other words, what that's saying is, he sent Adam out to... he's going to have to grow plants to live. After sending them out, the Lord God stationed a mighty cherubim to the east of the Garden of Eden, and he placed a flaming sword that he flashed back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. Alright. Now, that is saying... oh my gosh, come on. It's saying, first off, that I think there was always angels as well. I thought that he created them at one point, but it's also possible that there just was angels. Again, that's at the point where I can't grasp the concept, because it's beyond my mind's comprehension. I can't comprehend how God can live and exist forever and ever, and he was always there. Now that's another thing, and also heaven is another thing that I can't quite figure out. I'm like, is there entertainment in heaven? Because it's forever, and forever, even though I'm like ADHD, forever is a long time. And that's honestly one of my personal fears, is that I'm gonna get bored, which, I mean, I don't think I will, but like, it's such a hard... First off, you really can't grasp the concept of heaven. It's extremely difficult. Let me just rotate him into the ball. But also, like, you can't wrap your mind around the thought of infinity. Why are you not talking to me? Girl. Girl! I had to stomp on him. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get bored or not. I hope I don't. I don't imagine I will, because, I mean, he's a perfect god. Maybe there'll be just volleyball, and that's it. Like, it'll be just playing volleyball. Oh man, wouldn't that be cool if heaven was, it's the same plane of consciousness that you have now, but it's, it's built, like, each heaven is built specific for each person. That would be cool. I want to play volleyball now. Alright. Thank you all for watching. This recording session has gone on for long enough. It's been going on for like 2 hours now, which is about a normal recording session. I got 24 stars. I beat a fifth of the game already. That's not a fifth, that's a sixth. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I apologize. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This should give me a pretty good area to pick stuff from. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic week, and I will see you all for the next video.